Greetings from heaven.
Hallelujah.
Greetings from heaven.
Amen.
I greet you all in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
People in the house.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
And the men and women of God in the house.
Amen.
And the men and women of God in the house.
Amen.
And the nation builders in the house.
Amen.
And the constructors in the house.
Amen.
Amen. I greet you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
My name is Musa Dube, as I've been introduced. My task is very simple and straightforward. I would like to introduce to all of you our father, nation builder, founder of World Economic Congress. Last year, around the same time we were here, it was the first congress that we had last year. This year is the second one. He was inaugurated as the president of World Economic Congress. The Lord laid a vision of reconstructing Africa and Dr. Chisango. I'm not going to say much because we all know him. If you don't know him, you will stand up, then you will know him. We want to thank God and bless God for his leadership and for the work that he has done up to so far. It's not an easy task, we all know that. Can we put our hands together and bless God?
Last year we gathered November 1 to 3 in Harare. 4 continents were represented to inaugurate the World Economic Congress. And that followed a period of 10 years whereby God took me around the world. I went into virtually all the continents from 2005 to 2015. I've been a national leader in the country of Zimbabwe, in the churches, amongst the evangelical churches, having come from my other background of service to this nation in government and also in the NGO sector. Then 2005 to 2015, God took me around the world, and as I was ministering around the world, the last 2 of those 10 years, God took me to also become a leader amongst 4 to 5 marketplace forums, which is forums of crises that are in business. I became an international elder among them for 2 of the 10 years. And during the stretch of those 10 years, at the end of it, God brought me to a Nehemiah watershed moment, a turning point. And that Nehemiah turning point was to be questioned in my heart, to be questioned to say, what did you see when you went around the world? And I remember very clearly, somewhere in the middle of the 10 years that I talked about, in 2008, I was at Kuala Tambo International Airport, and I was coming from the island of Trinidad and Tobago. I think we shall be joined by some representatives from that Caribbean island. And I was coming from there, and I remember I met one of the prominent lawyers in this nation, our sister Florence Zimbabwe, or Zimbabwe and Partners, and she said to me, mark my words. She was speaking to me almost prophetically. She said, mark my words. The way God is taking you all over the world, God does not do that for no reason. And then the other thing that was happening at that time was that my country, Zimbabwe, its currency, its money, its financial system had totally failed. So there was no money to travel. There was no money to travel. Banks were not giving any money to travel. The currency had no money. to travel. There was a situation at that time in this country whereby I remember one time I went into a shop. I was looking for some shirts. So I saw a shirt that I thought I wanted, and then I said, let me check for others. Then I went to the back of the shop, and then I came back. Then I took out the money to pay for the shirt. The money was equivalent to the price that I had seen when I entered the shop. Then when I put the money on the counter, I was told that no, the shirt does not cost what you are giving us. It costs more. So I said, but I saw the price as I entered. Then they said, what time was that? Then I said 5 years ago. Then they said, while we were going there, the price was changed. So prices were changing while you still walking around the shop. It's just there came a time during those days when the exchange rate was changing literally every minute and so forth. It was very normal in those days to see a man wearing a suit in the city center, but begging for transport money to go back home. Because what would happen is sometimes there was no fuel and so on. So most people were using public transport. So you could come from home. The price of transport, let's say, is 3 trillion. Hear me, $3 trillion. Now, can I warn you in advance? In this topic, don't be surprised when we call for big monies. We are already used to bigger monies. We are already used to bigger monies. I was challenging some people in New York City in 2009, and I was saying, you people, you baffle me. When an offering is called for, you drag your feet to come and give $20, $50. I come from a country where we give $100 billion as an offering basket. So perhaps I should transport New Yorkers. New Yorkers must come to Harare and get an impartation of giving in billions and zillions and decillions and all the kind of billions. Right? So during those days, it was like that. But what was very striking was that with no money in the country, banks not giving money for those kinds of things, God enabled me to travel. I never invited myself anywhere. It was all Macedonian calls. It was all requests to come all over the world, and God was paying for that in His own way. But when that ended, saying to me, "What have you seen?" I said, "Lord, I saw poverty. I saw poverty in the church, and I saw poverty among God's people. I saw a lack which is not in agreement with the scriptures." And then I had seen also that we were functioning as church, but we were not functioning as a kingdom of God, and we were not functioning as a holy nation, and we were not thinking like a nation. I think Father Connery was already talking about the disparity between our spirituality and our actions. I spoke, to the Lord, and I said, "This is what I saw." Then He said to me, "That's why I sent you all there to go like Nehemiah and to see the walls that are broken down and how the gates are burnt with fire. So gather my church, beginning with the elders of the church, and say to them, 'Come, let us arise and build, that will be no more a reproach.' We need to build a predictable economy, which is righteous, which is just. It's not just God only used Zimbabwe as my country of residence to amplify a global statement or to explain a challenge that was all over the world. So when the 2008 global financial crisis came, I was no longer a victim of it. I was a lecturer I was a lecturer and a teacher, about that. So last year when we gathered, it was unanimous, to say this is God's time. And after that, we remained putting in place a policy and program for birthing not just finances, not just businesses, but a fully fledged economy, but being a process of working together as the body of Christ, being a process of working together, the collaboration of all arms of the church, including the marketplaces. That is why when we meet at the World Economic Congress, it's not just one group of people meeting, it's not just one organization meeting. We meet under the banner of the Kingdom of God, but it's many churches, many marketplace organizations, many marketplace ministries that do come together here, and we congregate together, because an economy cannot be built by one organization. One company can build perhaps a business and so forth, but you need the collaborative action of many to build an economy. Then this year it became very clear as we were preparing for this summit. The Lord then clearly showed me. I was coming out of Namibia in March, the seat of, if you are speaking Afrikaans, they call it Walvis Bay. If you are speaking English, it's Walvis Bay. And I saw this summit. God showed me a vision. I was sitting on the, in the aeroplane, but I saw a vision. I saw a vision of men and people that were wearing rugby uniforms. And those were the delegates at this summit. But rugby, it's a game. It's the only sport that cannot be played by people of small stature. It requires a little bit people that are hefty, muscular. And then number two, those people were times two the size of normal people. They were very, very huge. And I wondered what it is that I was seeing. And I didn't get an interpretation until in June. In June then, I was led to a template for building nations, which is in Zechariah 1, a template whereby Israel had been in exile and in desolation for 70 years. And nothing was happening until verse 12 of Zechariah 1. A faceless, nameless angel called out to the Lord. In fact, that angel was probably fed up with the no progress. And then called out to the Lord and said, "How long, O Lord, will you not have mercy on Jerusalem and on the cities of Judah, against which you have had this indignation for 70 years?" And then that voice was not ignored by heaven. That voice was answered with so many voices of assurances to say, "I'm returning to Jerusalem with mercy." Everywhere where it says Jerusalem, I begin to hear Africa. Are you understanding? I'm returning to Africa with mercy. My house shall be built in it, and my cities shall spread abroad through prosperity. The measured line shall spread across, and so forth. And I began to discern that it is in God's strategy to say, in order for the kingdom economy to rise, in order for a sustainable and righteous and just economy to rise globally, Africa must set the example. And Africa must rise. It's like when you are walking, you have 2 feet and you have 2 legs and 2 feet, but you move 1 foot at a time. And there is a certain foot which once it has moved, the rest can actually move. So once Africa has moved, the economy of the globe is going to change. Not only the economy of the globe, but the events and proceedings of the globe will change. You must be very suspicious, even if God never speaks to you, you must be very suspicious of your problem if you live in Africa. Because your problem is for a reason. Your problem is an indication that the devil is afraid that if you rise up, something great will happen to the whole world. So rather than yourself being downcast, we must be uplifted, because there is a cause. Is there not a cause? Is there not a cause? There is probably a cause. But then I began to see from the whole template of Zechariah 1 and 2, I saw in chapter 2 how when now God had released the reconstruction of Judah, Jerusalem and Israel, a young man was seen with a measuring line trying to measure Jerusalem to see its length and its width. And then the voice comes and says, run and speak to that young man and say to him, don't waste your time measuring what used to be, because the new Jerusalem that is to be rebuilt, it shall be inhabited as towns without walls. Which means the old limitations will be broken. The old limitations will no longer remain. Now this is how the theme of this summit was born, reconstructing Africa beyond limitations, but being an integrated and collaborative approach. Because you don't build a continent, you don't build a nation alone. It's a collaborative effort. But then who is to build? Who are the builders? The answer also came in the same template of Zechariah 1, verses 18 to 21, whereby Zechariah says, then he showed me 4 horns. And I said, what are these? And I was told, these are the 4 horns that have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Now, scattering means causing divisions. It means dismembering. It means preventing collaboration, preventing working together. I can safely tell you this morning that most of the poverty, both the poverty of Africa and the poverty of the kingdom of God, the other bedrock of that poverty lies in an inability to work together. The moment we just, and even the people that are thought to be very poor, if you have 1 million very poor people, they are poor because maybe each one has got $100 only, and with $100 you can't go very far. But those 1 million people, if they put their $100 together, immediately their status changes. They can raise it. They now have a fund, and that fund can now launch them into these heights. So just to be prevented from working together, that is an attack that can produce poverty which is undeserved on an entire continent. So this summit begins then to gather people like ourselves in the next 3 days as the group of people that Zechariah saw as the answer to the 4 horns. Because the 4 horns were specializing in scattering. But then there was an answer which came from the 4 craftsmen. And the 4 craftsmen were coming to do 2 things. Number 1 was to terrify the 4 horns. Number 2 was to cast off the 4 horns in order to release reconstruction. So what then this summit is comprised of is 4 major groups of craftsmen. One group of craftsmen is the spiritual craftsmen. Another group of the craftsmen is the business and economic craftsmen. Another group is the public sector craftsmen. When I say public sector, I mean those in the executive, the legislature, the judiciary, the civil services in different parts of the continent. But then the 4th group of the craftsmen is the international partners. International partners. There is no way where God builds a nation and uses only people of that nation. He always finds his own Cyruses. He always finds his own Hiram's, king of Tyre. He always finds his own favorable pharaohs of Egypt in order to build God's agenda. This is why this is a summit where these 4 will collaborate together. The delegates that are at this summit, they come from these 4 streams. The 5th one is actually then the local community transformation models that we do have, and those ones, they exist because all what we are gathered for is for the sake of the people. It's for the sake of the ordinary people. So for their sake, we are gathered together. Churches gathered together, business, public sector, international partners. We're all gathered together to make sure that God's righteousness economically is felt and impacted amongst the ordinary people. So this summit is therefore structured in the format of these 5 that we've talked about. These 5, we call them implementing concepts. The structure will soon be distributed to ourselves, maybe after tea break, on our desks and so forth. Every one of us is going to function in this summit, not just as a delegate. You are functioning, number 1, as a craftsperson. You are functioning to cut off the walls that have scattered Africa, that have also scattered God's church, to prevent it from being of any use and of any asset to nations and to building and empowerment of God's people. So we'll function in structures of councils. These 4 that I have talked about, plus local communities, but then there are also 5 other implementing or supporting agencies that are also structured or explained and grouped as councils, such as the investors, the exhibitors down there, and also the technical group, and the media and so forth. When you see media personnel here, they are not just here to do coverage and reporting. They have come to collaborate in building Africa. That is the structure. We have worked with them, and they have been part of the preparations and things of that nature. So I would like to say, therefore, to ourselves, what we are building in this summit is not just a summit. This is a reconstruction summit. But the reconstruction itself becomes a template which must go to every nation, which must then begin. There will be a new way of building Africa. A new way of building Africa. A way of working together. Where there is consultation, there is ownership of. We want to take ownership of what business does. We want to take ownership of what church does. Take ownership of what the public sector does. Take ownership of what the international partners do in the continent. Here, Africa currently, there are so many big nations with plans and blueprints, good and bad, for Africa. And Africa is the only continent at the moment in the progression of modern day things. It is the only continent which was not yet having its own reconstruction master plan. So this summit will trigger that. That is why we are working in collaboration and in consultation with governments, with the regional organizations of Africa. That's why COMESA will be represented at this summit. COMESA is the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa. Regional bodies will be represented, and as I said, African Union, NEPAD, and things like that. That is why our program is like that, because the mountain of the Lord's house must be lifted above all mountains, and all nations must flow to it. If we are indeed the people that hear from God, solutions must be coming from us, above all. So this summit does not have one delegate who have brought a problem here. Every delegate here has brought a solution. We are solution leaders for the continent in different areas. We have spiritual solutions. We have business and economic solutions. We have public sector solutions. We have international collaboration solutions. And we have solutions for communities and from communities. And on that note, I kindly appreciate you and join you and encourage you to feel happy and to be ready to know one another during the sessions that will be continuing and that will be, be happening. Our summit management team is in very able and capable hands. You will not see me on this podium frequently, but maybe whenever it is necessary. Most of our program directors will be taking care of things. And on that note, welcome to the city of Harare, to the country of Zimbabwe, to the continent of Africa, to planet Earth. Welcome in Jesus' name.